Hello, everyone, and a really warm welcome to all of you, the students of Hotel School Europe. My name is Host's Name. I specialize in AI for the hotel industry, and it's a real pleasure to be with you for this online study session. Today, we're going to get into a technology that is, and I'm not exaggerating here, completely changing how we lead our teams. So over the next few minutes, we're going to explore a huge transformation that's happening in talent management. We're talking about a massive shift, right? We're moving away from the old way of doing things, that reactive habit of just dealing with turnover as it happens, to a totally new predictive science that actually helps us keep our best people. And let me be clear, this isn't just some abstract theory. This is the future. It's the future that you are going to be leading. You know, for decades in our industry, high staff turnover was, well, it was kind of written off. People just saw it as another line item on the balance sheet, right? An unavoidable cost of doing business. But that whole mindset, it created this endless cycle of just reacting to problems instead of actually preventing them. And the contrast here is just, it's stark. The old way, this reactive habit, meant that management only stepped in after a resignation letter landed on their desk. And you know what that leads to, right? It's a frantic scramble to cover shifts, which puts a ton of stress on the rest of the team. And maybe most critically, it causes a noticeable dip in the quality of guest service. It was basically a constant state of firefighting. But today, things are different. The approach you're learning about at Europe Hotel School, it represents a really monumental shift. We finally have the ability to move past all the guesswork. We can actually turn employee retention from what felt like a game of chance into a predictable science. So what's the engine behind this big transformation? It's a field called people analytics, and the tool that really brings this science to life for us in the hospitality industry is a platform called Visier. Think about it. It allows leaders like you to move beyond just gut feelings and intuition and instead make decisions based on real, hard evidence. You're effectively seen into the future of your own workforce. Okay, so how on earth does a platform like Visier actually predict who might be about to leave? It's a great question. And no, it's not magic. It's all about sophisticated AI that can spot patterns that are often completely invisible to us, to the human eye. See, the system chews through just enormous amounts of historical data. It's looking at all sorts of factors, things like how long someone's been with the company, the time since their last promotion, their pay compared to the market rate, even how long their commute is. It even looks at things like engagement survey results. The AI takes all these seemingly random dots and connects them to build a remarkably accurate forecast of who might be a flight risk. And here's where you can really see the power of that analysis. Let's take an example. The system might flag that a housekeeper, someone who hasn't had a performance review in over a year and whose pay is, say, 10% below the market average, well, that person has an 85% probability of resigning in the next 90 days. Think about that. That is not a guess. It's a specific data-driven alert. Now, having all this data is one thing, right? But turning it into effective action, well, that's what truly matters. And the process is actually pretty straightforward. You can break it down into 3 clear, logical steps that transform all those raw numbers into real strategic intelligence for you and your HR teams. It's a simple process, but incredibly powerful. First, the platform gathers up all that historical data. Then, the AI engine just sifts through all of it, looking for those hidden triggers for resignation. And then, the final step, and this is the crucial part. It forecasts the flight risk for individuals and even whole teams, and it presents it on a really simple dashboard, so leaders can see, at a glance, exactly where they need to focus their attention. And this whole process, it unlocks such a powerful strategic advantage. It lets you shift your entire management focus away from planning farewell parties and toward conducting what we call stay interviews. It completely changes the outcome. This right here, this is what we call proactive retention. And the most important point is this: we're stepping in before an employee even starts to look for another job. In a luxury service environment, this is absolutely vital. I mean, the cost of losing a great team member isn't just about their salary. It's the loss of all that knowledge they have. And maybe even more importantly, it's the damage it does to those precious guest relationships. Just think for a second about the difference between these two meetings. On the one hand, getting a resignation letter, that's an endpoint. The conversation is over, the relationship is over. But on the other hand, a stay interview, well, that's a beginning. It's a chance to really listen, to address concerns, to talk about career goals, and to show that team member just how much they're valued. It's a huge shift from a moment of loss to a moment of real opportunity. So, as you all prepare to step into the industry, I want you to remember this. Understanding and using these tools, isn't some niche, nice to have skill anymore. It's a core competency. It's absolutely essential for modern strategic leadership. This is really about elevating your own future role. When you integrate people analytics into your day-to-day workflow, you and your teams stop being just administrators. You become something much more. You become strategic guardians of your hotel's most critical asset. It's people, it's human capital. You become the protectors of the very talent that delivers those exceptional guest experiences. So, as you continue with your studies and get ready for your careers, I want to leave you with a question to think about. The tools are here. The science is proven. The only real question left is, how will you use it to protect your most valuable asset and to build truly exceptional teams? Thank you very much.